putting the old title there to the fucking whole song. Really no way for me to do that intro in this type of format and for you to be able to pick that son of a bitch up. So the fucking intro is going to be on the back end in tabs, which I'm not big on them fucking tabs, but anyway, so the intro is on the back. You have to pay attention. I did the fucking tabs myself, so they're counted in meter and counted in fours. You have to pay attention to that shit. There's a couple spots where they're kind of crowded up, so you just have to listen and check the spacing on it. But you know, intro's on the back end, so let's just get started on the build up to the main song, I guess. Just an E5 muted there. I don't know how many fucking times it is. So anyway. Alright, so start out grabbing the 5th fret of the A. I'm going to hit the open E also. So we're going 5 to 7 on the A string. Just hitting that 7th fret on A by itself and then coming down to the open E. That's how it goes. So dig it? So let that E string kind of ring out. Muted taps on E, and we're working our way up from the 3rd fret. There's power chords here on the 3rd fret, 5th fret, and the 6th fret. When we get up there, we'll go 6-5 on that last end. Second time around, it's kind of the same shit. Except for this last one, we're just going to go. We hammer into that 7th fret, and we don't come back to the 5th, we go. Just working that E note. And that's how that sticks. Same time, second time around, same shit. Something sounds a little off. Alright, anyway, so working power chords here. Open, sliding 1 to 2. Do that a couple times. And we'll go. That sounds off, right? Open 2, back to open, slide on 2-3-2 on the A string power chord to an A5 power chord, open A string. From that same 0, slide 1-2, 0, slide 1-2. Right, you just wrap that. First turn around, you're just walking down 3-2-1, open, back up 1-2-3 on the low E string. Go through that whole thing, go through that again. And the last time around, kind of comes back to that same kind of pattern that we had from before there. Go through that again. Back to the verse, or that, whatever. Back to the chorus, or back to the verse. I gotta make sure I mention that when you're doing that chorus, or that verse part, when you come into that, make sure you're hitting a couple of muted E's there. Alright. Verse comes back around again. Open E5 there. Go from a power chord on your first fret, back that open, that third fret, power chord. Go 5, 6, 7 on E. We're going to go 5 on A, back to 6, 7 on E. Right? 5, 6, 7 on E, 5 on A to 6, 7 on E. Alright. Working that, I almost want to, that's clean though, I think it's just an open E. And between there you're hitting an E5 power chord on your 7th fret of A. Those things are sliding 3 to 5, 6, 5 to 3, 5. So right, 3, 5, 6, 5, and just reverse. Back to that fucking groove. It stops. Alright, let's come back to that same. Taps on E there, up to a A sharp, B flat, first fret power chord on A. Down to a G5, third fret power chord on E. fucking solo here. Well, it sounds like I just made that up. I fucking did. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I can't. So, I got the rest of the fucking thing. I mean, this will be the last White Zombie fucking solo I think I'll ever do, but. Just kind of work in whatever you want to do there. I mean, stay within your pentatonic there, 12, 15 on your top strings. And the last part is anyways, 14 down to 12 on your B and G string. All right, 14, 12 down to 14 on D. Right, like I said, just work something out in there. It's fucking. You just grab 14 and 15 there to start. And I just go 14 from G up to B to E. I don't know what the fuck he has in mind there, but like I said, just throw something in there, time it out, it'll work. Alright, so that first part though, 12, walking 14, 12th fret to B to E, and that 15th, and grabbing that fucking, that 14, 15 combination on G to B. Anyway. So now we're gonna slide in the 5th fret on A and the 7th fret of G. Octave there. 5th fret of A, 7th fret of G. So slide up the 7th fret. Drop that out. We'll slide from 5 to 7 up to 9, back down to 7, and drop it off. Alright, and here we're just going from the 10 to 9. So we'll go 10, 9, 10 on a slide. We'll slide from 9 to 7. Down to 5. No. Here's an open D in there. You start up. So that open D, then slide from 5 to 7 right off. Nice. 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 12. Got a couple muted taps here. 14, 12 to 14 there on D, up to 12 there on B and G. Hopefully you can catch that. So, a couple taps there, 14, hammer on 12 to 14 on D. Right? Unison bend there on 12 on E, 15 on B. Oh, wrong shit. Anyway, so we'll go 14 frets on B and G. Oh, Right, bends up there on 14, B and G, down to 12. So I'm gonna walk 12, 14, B and G, 12, 14, down to that 14, G or D. Then we're gonna go 12, 14 from G to D. Right, 12 on G, down to 14 to B, D. Fucking 12 G, 14 to D. Alright, then we're gonna walk 14, 13 on A. Alright, 14, 13. We'll come down here to 10, bend that up to 12-ish. 10th fret on A there. Turn it up on a slide from the E string 12 down. Alright. Alright, so open E. 5, 6, 7 on A. Up to 5 on D, back to 7 on A. Kind of beating up the old fucking blues scale a little bit. Alright, so then hit it open E and slide into 12. Slide 12 E. Walk up 12, 13, 14 on a D string. Same notes, right? D string. 12, 13, 14 on D. 12 G, back to 14 on D. Well, sounds like it kind of combines there. And here we'll go that 14, we'll go back up to that 14 of G, or 12 of G, up to 14 of G, bend up, catch 15th of B, 14, 12 on G, back to the 14th on D. Alright. Come here. Unison bend on the 5th fret of B, 7th fret of G. Hold that again. Same shit up on the 12th fret of B. Up 12th fret of E. Now of course you're going to grab your only 2 frets there on the B to G string. You have to move that up to the 15th fret here on the E. Up to the 15th fret. Up to the fucking 19th fret. And a bunch of whammies crashing and shit. And that's it. So let's see how these tabs turn out. Because they are fucking Bush League.